Hey Physiheads, how's it going? So that was a nice intro. So I'll keep this one short. As per last video that I made, I know that the next thing I was gonna improve was that I would stream from my phone. Well, guess what? Today I did try to stream from my phone, and for some reason YouTube didn't allow me to do that. YouTube said that I still don't have rights to stream from my phone, so I don't know what the fuck that's about. I'll have to figure that out. So I had to come back down to my laptop and with my camera. That's okay. So I just had the best Muay Thai session in a while with this guy who just was training hard. So because he was training hard, he knew what he was doing. I could train hard without worrying if I'm gonna hurt the other guy. And that's always what you want. Look at all of these muscles. These muscles, like they're not even that much. They're skinny arm muscles, but these are fighter muscles. That's how they are. That's just how fighter muscles look. Yeah. So I feel good right now as opposed to how shitty I was feeling in the morning when I woke up. So, I'll keep this real quick. That was I guess the intro. So going back to my book of topics to talk about. The first one is I woke up feeling so fucking sad and shit, and I don't know why that's been happening. I get well, you know what? Deep inside, I do know why because my life is not where I want it to be. It just hit me today extremely hard. So I think I'm gonna find ways to negate that belief system. In not negate it, it's just it's good that I'm feeling sad because I'll use it as fuel. That's what I said last video as well. So I can use it as fuel to turn that sadness into greatness. Now the other thing is, oh yeah, the other thing is, so I realized that through social media, as I'm making more content over here, I can or any social media creator, like you can really paint a different person, even though that person looks like you. And that goes back to the earlier point that I made in the past video that w- if I upload only 5 minutes of me talking happy and I have 20 videos of that, now what social media does is, or you as a viewer, anyone who views my 20 videos, they develop this persona from viewing me in a certain state of happiness. Now, because of that, they think that I'm happy all the time. In reality, no, I'm not, because I'm a human being and I feel like shit in the morning and I feel happy later or whatever, depending on what I'm doing. So it's crazy that as a creator, it hit me how much that as a creator, you really have a lot of power to paint yourself as a completely different person, which is fucked up. It's kind of fucked up, I think, just how much power idiots have nowadays using social media and their personas they can create. So that's that. Adding to the list of people I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like FuzzyTube. I don't want to be like, I think that girl's name is Chia or Shia, I think Chia, something like that. I don't want to be like that other girl. I cannot find her name. I'm trying to find her name. Who commented on Justin Waller's shirt being too tight? I don't know who that is, but I don't want my social media persona to be like her. I don't want to be like them. Period. So I'm just listing off these people that I don't want to be like. So that's good in the sense that nothing against the content they produce or the people they are. I haven't even met them. I'm going based on the content they have. And I don't want to be like the people that their content makes them to look like. That's it. I just don't want to be that argumentative or that showmanship kind of thing. I don't want that. Oh, Gary V. I don't want to be like Gary V. So stuff like that. Now that's done. Oh, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is I figured out a naming convention, and now this can also be one of the improvements I'll make in my next video. Is that the naming convention? So I figured that I can name these videos instead of the current naming convention, which is really a placeholder. I just have the name videos named as 005, the fifth one, or 004, the fourth one, because I don't give a fuck about the names really. I should, but I don't give a fuck because I'm looking for failure. So what I came up with the naming convention was that based on every improvement I do, you know how for every video I'm going to be doing one improvement for every video. Like, I'll announce it and then I'll do that improvement in the next video. So like I'll announce it in this video, the improvement in this video, and do that improvement in the next video. Uh, the name of that video would just be the improvement that I make in that video. So an example of that would be today. So for example, an example would be, the last video number 4004. The improvement I said back then was that the one improvement I will do in the next video is that I will record using my phone. So that means this video's title, instead of 005, it would have been the one with the phone recording, something like that, something along those lines. So following along those lines, so in this video, since I said that I will have a naming convention based on the improvement that I do for one video in every video, the next video's name would be the one with the naming convention. That. So I suppose it'll be like 006, the one with the naming convention. I still want to keep the numbers because you know what? I want to see how many videos I can, because I'm gonna have to produce 500 videos, and it's just easier to keep track of that if I have the number right in the title. So I want to keep the number. At the same time, I want to add the title as based on the improvement I do in that video. So I like it. I think whatever. I'm looking for that to fail as well. So let's see. Speaking of failures, let's see how that goes. Just to complete my thought over there. Let's see how the naming convention goes. Now, speaking of failures, one thing I liked was that I don't know where I read it. I think it was in one of the books, maybe The Psychology of Money or something like that, where the passage, I'll have to look it up. I think, and the book is, I think the book was this one, Psychology of Money, right here, highly recommended. You can see all that information over there. So the Psychology of Money, I think a passage from there was something about Jeff Bezos, where Jeff Bezos it was talking about failures, and Jeff Bezos was in one of his presentations. I think they tried to launch a product called a Sharp or Sharpie or Sharky, something like that, and it failed. Disaster. It was a disaster. Well, what Jeff Bezos said at the end of that is at the end of that presentation or whatever product demo was, if you think that is a bad fail, wait till you see what we're gonna fail at next. And he meant it, meaning he was looking for failure in the next one, and he didn't give a fuck, because that's what it is. Amazon, as we know it now, is really, this delivery company, plus they rent this AWS. They have their whole internet storage systems, renting space, all that. Well, those are the successes, right? The failures, and also Amazon has a whole TV side of things, streaming service side of things, and Twitch and all that stuff, everything. So those are the successes. We don't get to see the failures. And the thing is, Jeff Bezos really looks, well, based on that passage anyway, which really resonated with me, he looks for failures, and he just goes head on looking for failure. And that's honestly what I feel like doing with this fucking channel. I'm like, yeah, every improvement I'm looking to fail. So I'm hoping it fucking fails. I will fail at this bullshit. So yeah, the next with this naming convention, let's make it fail. That's what I really wanna emphasize there. So that's that. Now, next talking point, walking away from my ideas. So this is the other thing I'm trying. I get extremely excited when I get ideas, and I want to say, like, I get horny for ideas, man. Honestly, my fucking brain gets an idea, I get super fucking horny, excited and shit. And then later on, as weeks go by, I realize I don't really give a fuck about this idea. Something like that. It's not a motivation thing. I mentioned it in my previous videos as well. It's not a discipline thing. It's more of a getting horny for something and then finding out, holy shit, you don't really like it. You just got super excited because there was something new. That. In order to remediate that now, What I'm trying is walking away from ideas that I have for a specific set of time and just walking away from it and then coming back to see how I feel afterwards. And the latest example of that is SaaS, starting SaaS businesses. I got super horny for it. When I found out about what is SaaS businesses and micro SaaS businesses. I got super fucking horny for that. I was like, I was dreaming of deluding, borderline delusional, or I guess if I was in delusional territory, I guess I was. Maybe I wasn't. How the fuck would I know? So deluding myself with SaaS and just imagining getting all the money that I can, that I need through SaaS businesses. And then I was like, that happened over the weekend. And then on, I think Monday or Tuesday, I decided that, what, fuck it. Let me walk away from this fucking idea. Fuck this bullshit. Fuck SaaS. Fuck everything. Fuck this. I don't even give a fuck. That's what I did. I flipped the switch. And now the idea is I'm going to keep doing this for a week and then come back to see how I feel about that idea as at the end of the week. If I, after cursing at that idea, after just walking away from that, see, I don't want to curse it. I just want to walk away from it, genuinely just walk away from it. As I, after I've walked away from it, by the end of the week, if I still have like, depending on how I feel or depending on what I think it is with a clear mind, I I will decide whether I'll pursue it or not. So that's new approach. And honestly, you know what? Like as over the past couple of days, I've been thinking less and less about SaaS businesses. So yeah, I mean, take it or leave it, whatever. However you want to take it, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. It's just a new thing I'm trying. Feels more like this time I feel like an ocean, like a calm, not calm, but like I feel like an ocean, like it was a wave. Whereas before I would feel the wave would fucking take me over. This time I am the ocean and the wave is a part of me. It's a smaller part of me. Whereas before the wave was all I knew. The wave of the new idea was all I knew. This time I'm the ocean and I'm bigger than the wave of the idea. So I'm just letting it pass through, however the fuck it feels. So that's that, walking away from ideas. Now, there's a thing that I came across. Now, going back to the earlier, the thing that I was talking about, feeling like shit. When I was feeling like shit, and I this has been a theme lately, right? Feeling like shit, and I'm turning it into fuel for my fire. So one thing I came across, and honestly, this is an idea that I saw through Justin Waller, which I respect and admire him for the success that he has and made, coming up out of nowhere. Is that he effectively said that when you feel like shit, have a list of your accomplishments and read that shit out to you, or have like an AI tool recite it to you, or whatever. But these have to be real and these have to be meaningful. That's how I interpret it. Like it can't be some dumb bullshit like, oh, I woke up at 5 today. It's so fucking good. No, fuck that. Like real accomplishments that resonate with you over the past years or so. And when you feel like shit, tell yourself that, oh fuck, I'm a motherfucker that did that. Holy shit. So I guess, the idea over there, and I can see that, I can see the logic behind it, in the sense that when you feel like shit, you don't, in that moment, your brain isn't thinking about all the good you are or all the good things that happened. If it was, then of course, then why would it feel like shit? When your brain feels like shit, especially for logical people whose backs are up against their walls, in that scenario, when we feel like shit, we just focus only on that, nothing else. Today I woke up feeling like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm supposed to be making real money, and yet I am here working a 9 to 5. Well, I guess whatever, 7 to 3, but who gives a fuck? 7 to 3. I'm in, you know, I'm making all right money for whatever. I'm making all right money for I'm making good money, all things considered, considering that this is the best that this job can get me in all the jobs out there. This is not enough for me to get my $2 million. So from that trail of thought, I am I felt like shit because I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life right now? Why am I working this, and then why am I working these places as, fuck it, as an aircraft engineer? That's what I am, right? It's a pretty smart gig. It's a pretty good gig. The gig is great. My goals are bigger. So because of that, because of my goals, I felt like shit. That what the fuck, the things that I'm doing right now, how the fuck do I even turn that into $2 million? I don't fucking know how I'm gonna turn this into $2 million. How the fuck can I not know? This doesn't seem like it's working. All those thoughts, that's all I could think about. And this is the moment I woke up. I woke up feeling like this with these thoughts in my head. So, if anything, I must have been, and that's what I thought of while I was sleeping. So these thoughts are there in my mind all the time. Now, and that the whole day I felt like shit too, right? The whole fucking day because of that. Now, my brain wasn't thinking, oh shit, I mean, that's, oh whoops, I guess that's my name anyway. So I was like fizzy head. I wasn't thinking like, oh shit, fizzy head, fucking, you're so great at this, you're so great at that. It's like it wasn't. It was just thinking of the fucking failure and the unmet vision. That's all it was focusing on. Now, in that moment, if I had a reminder telling myself, I guess, or like a list telling myself like, yo man, listen, like, yeah, that's true, you're in a fucking rough spot right now. Don't forget, because that's what happened. I forgot about these things that I'm gonna say next. I forgot. That's why I was like, I discounted myself and my own fucking belief and my own fucking self, right? I would say if I had a reminder saying to me things like, yo, listen, don't discount. Or, yo, listen, you're the motherfucker who, for the past 4, 5, 6, 7, well, not 7, like 4 or 5 years, fucking put himself into public speaking, fucking taught himself investing, accounting, fucking started up so many businesses that didn't eat, so many businesses, set himself as a company, and fucking did bunch of e-commerce stores, resume writing businesses, fucking flipping items, turning money, making money out of nothing. And even though they failed, you know so much more than the average person. You're that motherfucker that takes the plunge and you took it. You're the motherfucker who went out bungee jumping, who fucking went snowboarding, and well, everybody else was doing it for fucking 3 hours. You did it for 8 hours because that's just the motherfucker you are. Fucking proud, hard ass, pretty fucking dope motherfucker. So you're that. And right now you decided to bide your time and be patient. You're the motherfucker that, even as you have shitty hands for a fucking long amount of time, you fucking turn that into an opportunity at every fucking turn. You're that motherfucker. You live by these rules of that shock is good, complacency is bad, greatness from small beginnings, and life is tough. You just got to be tougher. These are your fucking law, the code of conduct. You live by these words. For fucking 8 years, you've been living by these words. And that's fucking amazing. You're that. So don't forget that. If I had that, I could definitely see that making a difference in my line of thought. Even as I'm saying it now, I'm thinking like, holy fuck, I am that motherfucker. And this is a test and I'm climbing out of it today. So that's the whole strategy that I think Jay Justin Waller was talking about, and you know what, I'm gonna implement that. So that is also an improvement that I'm gonna do in my videos. So you know what, I'm gonna do That will be my improvement for video number 7. So the next video, which will be video number 6, that the improvement for that will be video names. So I will have a naming convention. So I guess in a video naming convention, and then the improvement for the next one, number 7, 007, 007, haha, 007 will be, I don't know what to name it. Will be Justin Waller's feeling down, getting back up things. So that, and I can totally see that work for me because at the end of the day, I am my worst enemy, and my brain right here is the biggest asset that I have, and this is my, or will be, if anything, my biggest downfall. So as I become bigger and bigger, I can totally see myself take over the world, and the only thing taking me down will be this, not anybody else. Because I'll fuck them up, I'll destroy their lives, I'll put them in their places, I'll make them friends, I'll manage all of that. I'm managing this motherfucker right here, that is, will be, and has always been my toughest hurdle, yet my best friend. I've come a long way in managing my brain. I really have. And I will tell you guys a lot more about it in the coming videos. I can't wait to share that. And especially with the future Fizzy, or I guess whatever, the future me. When you see these videos, when you see this video, understand that you are not just a fucking vague badass motherfucker. No, no, no. You genuinely do what you say. You made it a point in your years, especially ever since you were a teenager. I guess growing up as a child. This is also thanks to parents, and at the same time, me deciding myself throughout my teenage life is that I do what I say, and that has served me extremely well. You're that badass motherfucker. You are a leader. You've always been a leader. You've always had a problem with authority. Let's be honest over there. It has served you extremely well, and also it shot you in the back. Shot yourself in the foot with that. I like it. I cannot be a slave forever. I cannot be a slave at all. And every time I found myself in a position where slavery was the only option, I took all of the cards that I had and I worked my way out. Fucking, I was working in a fucking food service job. Guess what I did? You're the motherfucker. This is another good thing. You are the motherfucker that went, picked up a job when there were no jobs out there for you, picked up a job serving food for people, and then what you did was you fucking printed out business cards. You get these ideas, you printed out the business cards so you can serve people food. And as you serve them food, if you thought they were someone good or good at networking, you would take them to the side while serving them food and hand them your business cards and tell them that you're a fucking engineer looking for a job because that's what you wanted to do. And you did get a job. You got an architect designer position through that fucking way that you worked out from that bullshit food serving job. So that's you, motherfucker. Understand that you are not like everybody else. You really aren't. Not those dumb bitches that tell themselves in the mirror that, yeah, you're the best. No, no, no. You're not like everybody else because you have proof that you're not like everybody else. These experiences, and there's a lot more where that came from. So these experiences make you who you are, and your experiences are fucking great. And guess what? You keep living like this, you will get the fuck out of this rut. No doubt about it. Damn. So you know what? As I'm talking to myself about these good things, it's I can definitely I definitely feel the mental belief system switch up, and it doesn't make me like suddenly become happy because fuck that, that's just bullshit. In fact, it normalizes and gives more perspective to the sadness that I'm feeling. So it turns the sadness from this giant wave that's gonna engulf me and I'm looking up at it, turns from that into the sad wave, and I'm the ocean, and I'm this big ocean, and the sad wave is there and it's a part of me, and the ocean has like the happiness, the badass motherfuckers, and all that, all the fluid energy and emotions. So that's what it feels like. It's not there yet. It really isn't. It'll take repetition and time for this to become an ingrained belief in my mind. As that happens, I can totally see myself getting the fuck out of this rut. So that's that. Now that's all I had to share for this video. That's all I had, and you know, the I'm really liking this book thing, this book concept. So that can be another improvement. For maybe number 8, I guess. I'm not sure if I want that to be an improvement, but maybe I will. Who knows? So what is this? September 9 improvement. Uh, Next video improvement. Make video only about if you have a topic written in this book. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that'll be for number 8. So I just got the next video improvement or whatever for video number 8, where I'm only gonna talk about things in this video or these videos if they are written in this book. And that's all I want. That's all I fucking want. Because you know what? This book is serving me extremely well. I fucking love this Moleskin book, and I'm writing down the topics or thoughts that come to me throughout the day that I want to talk about, or whatever the fuck I want to. They just come to me in my head. I mean, there's a lot more that goes in my head, but these are the only ones that I managed to write down as I'm fucking running around doing my living my life. So I write them down, and only if they are here will I talk to you about it. I will not talk to you about anything else. And maybe I will. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to put a bullshit ass leash on myself. But let's see. Let's see if I want this one to fail anyway. So let's make this fail. So yeah, I for video number 8, I will make video about or only if I have the topic or thought written in this book, and that's it. Easy. And that's all I have for today. Thanks a lot for listening. Really, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will catch you later, fizzy heads. Peace.